Welcome back to the Spread Zone, the only podcast dedicated to making you, our dedicated Spread Zone listeners, some serious cash. My name is Riz, along with the best in the business, Mr. Anthony Stalter, Mr. Tim McKernan. And as always, the show is brought to you by our great partners over at FanDuel. Build your bankroll right alongside us by using the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Get the best odds, great promos, and live bet as the action unfolds. All right, gentlemen, let's get into segment one. As we always do, Tim will recap our picks from the week before. Now, Tim, I could only go up from my past 2 weeks. How did we as a show do?
Riz, we need to have an emergency board meeting here on the Spread Zone. We went 7-15.
Oh, no.
7-15 as a podcast.
It was an interesting week of upsets, not just on the college slate, but on the NFL slate.
That's correct. Some very bad beats and some signature upsets. We went into week 6 with Anthony at 68% against the number, me at 58% against the number, and you, Riz, at 32% against the number. But it was rough. You won the week by going 3-4.
By going 3-4.
Nice job.
I went 2-5. Anthony 1-6.
Welcome. Welcome to the basement.
It's and all three of us missed on our locks. Anthony and I, we were in lockstep on a game that you had picked in your college, but not as a lock. We all lost. Now we know what happens when we all pick one game. Louisville, Virginia. Not only did Louisville not cover, they lost in overtime, a game they probably shouldn't have lost. The Titans and Cardinals was an all-time debacle.
Oh, my God.
And then you were on what might wind up being one of the signature college upsets of this decade, Penn State. Which not only didn't cover the 25.5, but actually became the first team since 1985 to lose as a top 10 team to a winless team.
Tim, it was a sure thing.
They didn't even have an offense coordinator.
It was a sure thing.
Oh, my. So it's bounce back week.
How about Vanderbilt?
And then that was the worst beat.
Did you guys see the end of that one?
That was Jam Miller ran it in with 20 seconds left to cover for Alabama, but cost you boys a win. Cost this show a win. The show is 9-13 had it not been for Jam Miller, Anthony.
I've seen running backs take the knee right there. Game's over. No issue. He said, no, sir.
No, thank you.
I'm going in.
I'm thinking of Diego Pavia practicing the victory formation. I'm going to run it in and shove it up his backside, brother.
Just so you guys know,
Chiefs too. I had the Chiefs on Monday night.
We don't go over our picks prior to.
No, we do not.
No.
So that was a surprise last week when we were all in Louisville.
Well, let's see what happens this week. Okay, so we'll take a break. We'll dive headfirst into Week 7. College football. We've got 3 picks to make, and hopefully we'll make some money. And while you wait, open up that big, beautiful FanDuel app and get the lines ready, because we will be back to discuss Week 7 college football. It's the Spread Zone. All right, we're back on the Spread Zone. It's time to make some money on the college slate. Week 7 is loaded. So we got 3 picks, and we'll start with Anthony Stalter, your first college football pick.
Arkansas just fired Sam Pittman. Well, not just fired, but fired him within the last 2 weeks. Tennessee offensively has been outstanding. Arkansas can move the ball a little bit unless they're playing Notre Dame. But Arkansas can't stop a nosebleed. I mean, Arkansas defensively is horrific this year. Give me the over 68.5 in that Arkansas-Tennessee game. Over 68.5, Arkansas-Tennessee. I think Tennessee hangs 40 on them at least, if not getting to the 50s. I'm going to need a little help from Arkansas. Maybe with Bobby Petrino taking over offensively, they can move the ball a little bit, but over 68.5.
Yeah, they got a great quarterback in Taylor Green, but no defense there. I for full transparency, I nearly graduated from the University of Missouri. Riz, as you know, I have 8 credit hours that I need to knock out, so there may be some personal bias here. However, I am taking the Tigers and the 3.5 against Roll Damn Tide.
You know what, Tim? Why don't you, just for the sake of saving time, put me down for that as well?
Wow. Welcome.
My first pick, number 14, Mizzou, plus 3.5 at home against number 8, Alabama.
All right.
Mizzou unbeaten, and the trends are screaming their name. Alabama is just 2-5 against the spread in the last 7 road games. Tigers, meanwhile, are on an 8-2 spread surge since last season. So I think the line is too high for a vulnerable Alabama, especially on the road. An 11 a.m. Central Time kickoff. Tim and I will be watching.
I can't wait. I like hearing.
Do you like, obviously, Mizzou's ground game against Alabama?
I do, but I worry about Missouri's secondary against Alabama and Ty Simpson and Ryan Williams and Jeremy Bernard. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm a little concerned about that, but I'm taking the Tigers.
Anthony, your second college football pick.
So I hesitated to do this, but you know what? After last week, I got to show a little more grit, boys. Mm-hmm. This line in the Red River rivalry makes 0 sense. Texas is laying 1.5. They offensively have looked like an utter disaster. Defensively, they gave up 29 last week on the road to Florida, which is shocking because Texas, I was on the under in the first half of that game. That did not cash. I think it's a classic bounce back spot for Texas. I know they haven't looked good offensively, but we saw this, a couple of weeks ago in a bounce back spot for who was, I'm not going to sit here and think about it, but John Mateer probably won't start, but even if he does, I don't think he's going to be 100%. I think Texas defensively is going to have a major bounce back, and if they can just run the football, even with Arch Manning, to maybe take some of the pressure off of them, I think Texas wins in this big rivalry. So give me Texas -1.5.
Unbelievable development. I'm on Texas as well for the same reasons as you. And we have optimized it because the line actually started at like either 3.5 or 2.5. It's down to 1.5.
It was 9.5,
a few weeks ago.
Yeah, a month ago.
Yeah, but people are looking at this line with confusion. I am also going to ride with Texas because of said confusion, Riz.
All right, my second pick, I'm looking at the Big Ten. The public thinks Ohio State is invincible. But I don't know. So, all right, listen. I'm going to take number 1 Ohio State -14.5 on the road at number 17 Illinois. Would you not say the Buckeyes defense is playing at a historic level?
If they aren't the number 1 defense in the nation, they're in the picture.
Holding all 5 opponents to single-digit points. Illinois' defense, a couple weeks ago, how much did they give up to Indiana? 63 points.
Is that it?
Yeah. This is a statement game for Ohio State University to prove, the gap between them and the rest of the conference. So Ohio State rolls -14.5 on the road in Illinois. Your third and final pick.
I'm laying the 7.5 with Oregon. Indiana with Mendoza has been very good offensively, but they struggled against Iowa after that Illinois game that you just spoke of, Riz. Oregon, I think, could be one of the top teams in the nation. Not one of. They could be the top team in the nation. I think this is a bad matchup for Indiana. One of the reasons why Indiana was able to hang the 63 on Illinois is because Illinois' corners were, their top corner was down. The safety wound up being benched at one point, and then the other one got hurt. It was a disaster for Illinois, and Indiana was able to move the ball up and down the field. It's not going to happen in Eugene. I think Oregon eventually rolls, and we've seen Indiana in this spot before. When Indiana plays a big game against a big opponent and they can't sneak up on you, Frank Sinetti's teams tend to take a back seat. So give me Oregon.
Yeah, it was their losses last year at Ohio State and South Bend. Those are their only losses, but yes, Kurt Signetti then tries to manage it to make it look more appealing.
Did I say Frank?
You did, but he had a brother who coached.
Frank Signetti used to be a coach for the Rams.
That's correct.
Kurt Signetti's who I meant.
Anthony, I could have just appeared via hologram today because I'm with you on this one as well. I'm with Riz on Missouri, Alabama. I have no room to gain on you boys because I'm in lockstep with you. I'm on Oregon -7.5 for literally the exact same reasons.
You and I.
That Illinois-Indiana score, I think, is a misnomer because Illinois secondary was so beat up. Mm-hmm. So, yes, I'm on Oregon -7.5, and I love it.
All right, for my final college pick, I'm buying into a team that just found its quarterback. Give me Pittsburgh +10.5 at Florida State. So Pitt just made the switch to freshman quarterback. Mason Heinchel is his name, and this dude went nuclear last week. 4 touchdowns. Now he's facing an FSU team that has lost 2 straight ACC games and has major issues in their secondary. So way too many points. Give me Pitt plus 10.5. All right, there you go. There's the college picks.
There's the bounce back.
Yeah, we went 1-10 as a podcast on college picks last week, so we need something special.
Onward and upward, fellas.
Yep.
All right, wrap on college football. We'll come back. It's the Spread Zone. We'll talk NFL Week 6. And, of course, we got our FanDuel Lock of the Week. You don't want to miss it. It's the Spread Zone. And we are back for our final segment of the Spread Zone, brought to you by FanDuel. Time for the big boys, NFL Week number 6. Let's get right to it. We'll start with Anthony Stalter, your first NFL Week 6 pick.
I'm going to fade the Jaguars at 1.5. They're coming off the big win against the Kansas City Chiefs. Trevor Lawrence falls down. Well, he gets stepped on, then he falls down, tries to get up, stumbles, somehow winds up in the end zone. I think Jacksonville is going to be riding pretty high off that win. Seattle pissed after losing to Baker Mayfield and the Bucs last week in a really hard-fought game that Sam Darnold balled. Give me Seattle plus 1.5 in Jacksonville. That's a bounce-back spot for them. And I wouldn't call it a letdown for Jacksonville, but again, coming off the big win against Kansas City, I can see them taking a step back. Seattle, plus 1.5.
No.
Really, again?
No.
You're kidding me.
I'm on the Seahawks plus 1.5 against the Jaguars.
Same brain today.
We really do.
Wow.
We are either going to get paid or this podcast is going to be canceled immediately.
Respect, my friend.
Yes,
Hat tip.
All right, my first pick, I'm going Thursday Night Football. Philly, minus 7.5 against the New York Giants. The Giants' run defense stinks. The Eagles didn't really run the ball last week, did they?
Their offensive line has issues when it comes to running the ball.
I think, Big Blue, their defense is terrible. I think they give the ball to Saquon Barkley more this week. I think Philly runs all over them. So give me Philly minus 7.5 against the New York Giants. Anthony?
Tim, why don't you go? I want to test the theory
No
here.
problem. I will stick with that Thursday night game, Riz, but I am on the under of the Giants and the Eagles. I think that the Eagles will win this thing, and I don't think Jackson Dart and the Giants are going to be able to do too much. And I think you're looking at something along the lines of like 24-6. So we will cover comfortably with the under of 40.5 Giants-Eagles Thursday night.
So no, we don't match up on that.
We don't match up.
No, we don't. Give me Tampa Bay minus 3 against the 49ers. The 49ers continue to win despite all their injury issues, but this Tampa team might be right now, given the way the Eagles have looked, the best team in the NFC. If you're in a close game in the fourth quarter against Baker Mayfield and the Bucs, you're going to lose, at least this year. Give me Tampa minus 3. I think the injuries finally come home to roost for San Francisco.
Buccaneers minus 3 for Anthony. We do not match up on that one.
Am I next? Or you next? Who's next?
You're
out
next.
of order. Oh, I'm next. Okay,
I went.
Second, I think the market is sleeping on this team. Give me the Indianapolis Colts minus 6.5 at home against the Arizona Cardinals. The analytics, everything I've read, everybody loves the Colts. Colts are an elite team at home against a Cardinals team that is just bottom tier in almost every metric. I will lay the points with the Colts, 6.5.
Yeah, I'll be intrigued to see how the Cardinals respond to that debacle against the Titans.
Yikes.
Meanwhile, the Colts flying high. No surprise with Jonathan Taylor, but Daniel Jones doing what he's doing is a huge surprise, and they just put it on the Raiders. Raiders and Titans this weekend, Anthony. That'll be a magical, magical contest. I'll go next to make sure that we don't double up again. I went with the Chiefs and Lions over 52.5 is my final NFL play. This is another glamour time slot game where I feel like the NFL makes sure you have action with two premier franchises. Could have met in the Super Bowl, maybe will at some point. Chiefs, Lions, I think you're going to see this like that Lions-Ravens game that we both love the over on, and it covered easily. Chiefs, Lions over 52.5.
I'm on that game, but not that play. Give me the Lions plus 2.5. I don't know what we're looking at with this line here. Detroit's the better team. Kansas City, You talk about lack of attention to detail on Monday night. The penalties were atrocious.
Yeah, special teams.
Yeah,
terrible.
Butker kicked the ball out of bounds to give Jacksonville at the 40. Detroit, I think the Lions right now, there's a case to be made. The Lions are the best team in the league. Give me the Lions.
Guys, make it a threesome.
Oh, my.
But I am on the money line.
Oh, look at this.
I'm on the Lions money line at plus 118 against the Kansas City Chiefs.
All right.
I like the way we did that, actually. Everybody had something different.
Yeah, we
same
do.
game, something
Same
different.
Game. You put. Honestly, I probably should have just done the money line with you. Did you say you took Detroit, right?
Yeah, Detroit money
I should have
line.
just said. 2.5. I like what you did, Riz.
Okay.
But who knows? Maybe the Lions lose by 2.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. And now it's time for our FanDuel locks of the week. And we'll start with you, Tim.
Yeah, just
Your
in the
lock of
case
the week?
that I'm doing what I did to get through college and looking on Anthony's paper.
No. I love that we're in lockstep.
Guess what?
You had one?
It's my 5-star play of the year, Tennessee, Arkansas over.
Really?
68.5.
Wow.
I mean, what are we on? We're on 3 or 4 games together. I'm with Riz on Missouri, Alabama. Yeah, I mean, I got my spreadsheet. I fill this thing out, tracking our records and everything. Tennessee, Arkansas over 68.5 for the exact same reasons as well.
Yeah.
I think that thing could wind up in the 80s or 90s. Tennessee, Arkansas over 68.5, Riz. I love it. 5-star play of the year.
I almost locked it up.
You like it that much too?
I like it that much too. Yeah, I love it. But obviously we'll be rooting together.
Amen.
So my lock is also an over. I know Baltimore did not move the ball much last week, but their defense is down to second and third stringers.
Steve.
Give me the over 44.5 between the Rams and the Ravens. I think this is going to be
That's intriguing.
a shootout. I think Baltimore, given some of the Rams are very good defensively, but they're undersized. I could see Baltimore, proud organization, bouncing back out after C.J. Stroud did whatever he wanted. Yeah. And that was a struggling C.J. Stroud going into that game. Now you got Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. You got issues if you're the Ravens. I don't love the number at 7.5, so I'm going to root for points in this one. My lock, 44.5, Rams and Ravens over.
All right, for my lock of the week, I'm going opposite of one of you guys and one of your picks. Give me the San Francisco 49ers at plus 3 at the Tampa Bay Bucks. This is a fade of the Bucks and their terrible secondary running into a Kyle Shanahan offense. The Bucks keep winning, but I think they run into a buzzsaw this week. So lock in the 49ers plus 3 on the FanDuel Sportsbook app.
Is that a first disagreement of the pods?
That's the first and only disagreement, I believe.
All right, gentlemen, how do you feel?
Well, I mean, we're certainly leveraged. Anthony and I are very leveraged. Yeah. We're riding and dying together over here, brother. Yeah.
I feel good. Look, that was a bad week last week, but I feel like we're going to bounce back as a team.
You're still 58% against the number, even after going 1-6. How about that? Still 58%.
I knew that when the gambling gods, they start to knock on your door when you start slowly slinging around numbers like 68%.
68%.
Well, a quick reminder, all our picks are made on the FanDuel Sportsbook app, so make sure you download it today and tell us as we build our bankrolls all season long. For Riz, Tim McKernan, Anthony Stalter. See you next week. Good luck, and may all your bets be winners. It's the Spread Zone.
We provide information about sports betting for entertainment purposes only. Please confirm gambling regulations in your state of residence. To participate in sports gaming, you must be 21 years of age or older and be physically present in a state where sports betting is legal. If you or someone you know has a sports betting or gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org for more information and further assistance.